Yo, what's happening, QCUMBER squad, and welcome back to the Fable sphere. Before we can get started, as you know, a link to my website is down in the pinned comment. Click on that, join the sphere, and interact with me on my website. Right, let's get straight into it, man. Lais Scort, Deja Vu. This is the second song that we're reacting. This is another skip the line reaction. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. I apologize profusely for the delay on these two. Just a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of technical issues that came from load shedding. Something that you hopefully never have to deal with. But anyway, so Lais Scort, Deja Vu behind the song and lyric video. That's pretty cool. Right, I loved her. I loved your last song. Let's see what you've got for us now. Let's go.
There's a connection that goes beyond. My name is Lais Scort and this is Deja Vu. Deja Vu is a song that came to me in a dream, and it was the first time that I dreamed the song and I actually remembered. The chorus was part of the dream and the bass line. The first thing that I thought when I woke up was, this is the coolest dream ever. So I named the voice note that I recorded the coolest dream ever. So the chorus goes something like this. Had many deja vus through these last years of my life. Now I just travel anywhere with my mind.
Nice.
And I woke
on that topic about dreams, I actually never ever used to be able to remember my dreams, and for some odd reason in my later years I just started remembering all my dreams. Like, I'd wake up in the morning and I would remember vividly what my dream was during the night. It's quite crazy, and I never used to be able to remember them, but there came a period of time that I just started remembering absolutely everything in the morning. Weird, not sure why, but anyway.
And I woke up thinking, what does this mean? What kind of deja vu is this? Is it about something that happened? Is this a memory? Is this a person? And what came to me is that this is about people that we meet in our lives that we feel like we know them. So family, soulmates, twin flames, anyone that you meet.
There is a concept about that where people tend to think that, you know, you got an old soul or a young soul in your previous lives, that you would have met that soul before, so that's why somehow you connect less on a physical level but more on like a spiritual level, like I've never seen you before but somehow I feel like I've met you before. It depends which side of this you lie on. You know, it could just be a chemical reaction in your brain if you're more down the hard sciences, or it could be, you know, if you're more of a spiritual being or more of a spiritual person, you feel that you're connected by energy that from past to present, essentially. So I kind of feel that Lais is more of a spiritual person, which it's beautiful. It's actually hopeful to have that kind of thing. It doesn't hurt nobody to have those kind of views. And it adds a lot of hope to your life. It makes you feel like you're actually connected with something, that there's something greater. There's a greater energy, a greater force that connects us, which is a beautiful way to look at life.
In your life, and you feel like, I know you. And you can't explain that feeling, but you know there's something in there. I've seen you before. I've seen this person in another lifetime. I've seen these eyes before. I've seen this soul, because I'm talking about seeing not just from a physical perspective, but seeing the soul when we look in the windows of the soul, the eyes. In the dream.
I can actually tell a lot about Lais if she hadn't actually said a single word to me. If I had to just look at her and look at her arm in terms of the tattoo, I could already tell a lot about her morality and a lot about her views on life and ethics, just based on her tattoos over there. That particular tattoo with the kid on the beach with the adult, I'm not entirely sure who that is. For you to have put that on your arm in a visible place is actually quite indicative of something beautiful, that you hold that something special. You hold a child special, or you hold the child and the person, you know, that I'm assuming is your child. And the fact that you have that on the forefront of your body. A lot of people put a lot of painful things where they can't see. So it's just a psychological thing. It's a subconscious thing where people will be, you know, somebody that means a lot to them dies, and they want to remember them somehow, and they go and they put that tattoo that more often than not, they're going to put it where they can't see because it's too painful to bear. So they put it on their arm, or they put it somewhere that it's not immediately visible. It's just a normal, like, psychological thing. I actually read about this in one of my wife's psychology books. And it's quite amazing when you just look at artwork that people put on their bodies via tattoos, in terms of what they put on the forefront and what they put behind them because it's too painful. And what I see over here with the child on the beach, with the parent, I think, I don't know, with the mother or the father, or whatever else, is obviously something really beautiful, right? It's two different walks of life, right? Forging a bond on, through their journey. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And the fact that you're putting on the forefront where it's so easily visible means that is something that you hold absolutely dear and beautiful and special. It's not something that pains you. It's something that brings you a lot of joy. So I can tell a lot about that just looking at people's tattoos. Anyway, off the topic, let's carry on.
Open the windows off. So guys, in the dream, funny enough, I was actually jamming with a band that I really love, 21 Pilots. And
there we go. Done. Finished. No more. You don't have to say anything else. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the QCUMBER squad. We accept you full all-heartedly. Please make yourself at home. The whiskey's in the cabinet. Feel free to take whatever cigars you like, right? Put whatever vinyl of the 21 Pilots you'd like on your record player and make yourself at home. Mi casa, sua casa. Okay? Let's go.
I had a blast. In the dream I was like, I don't have anything prepared. And Tyler was just saying, improvise something. And
yes, Tyler.
Improvising something in the key.
Sounds like something Tyler would say.
You fix nothing. He was like, yeah, that's it. And he started this cool bass line. That's where the song started. My name is Lais Scort, and this is Deja Vu.
When you talk about improvisation, and specifically when you talk about Tyler, go back to his old stuff where it's just Tyler Joseph and listen to songs like Save Me or Save, right? Complete improvisation. Like, obviously he was not in a band as yet and whatever else. He was just doing him, right? Production quality wasn't great and whatever else, but he had a lot to get off his chest. The content, the actual substance that he had was far greater than far greater and more important than anything that he would have done in like his better production songs. I kind of feel like you saw a lot of Tyler's souls in the earlier stages. You saw a lot of Tyler's pain. Not that there wasn't in the later stages, but a lot of Tyler's pain in the earlier stages because it was completely raw and he had nothing but his voice and his mind to sort of, push that message across to people. That's why, like you say, when Tyler says improvise, it's something that he would do, genuinely. Let's go. I like that bass line. Very jazzy. Hey!
You say it's nothing.
Why is this not loud enough?
Okay. We can be honest.
Nice.
Tell me you're nothing. I'll be your wings.
Hey! I like that. I like that line, tell me your nothings and I'll be your wings, right? So what I like about that over there is when people tend to ask you, and it's just like a human defense system, when people tend to ask you like, what's wrong? No, nothing. It's nothing, right? So she says, tell me you're nothing and I'll give you wings, right? So speak to me, talk to me, and maybe I can make you feel a little bit lighter about the subject, you know what I mean? I like that. Very, very cool. Nice writing, good pen game. I love that.
We come closer every time.
Nice.
Maybe if you reach a little further. Maybe.
So we come closer every time, but maybe if you reach a little further, right? So we can inch closer and closer together. If you could just, know what I mean? Like maybe I'm reaching a little too much. Maybe you can meet me halfway. You know what I mean? If we both meet halfway, we're going to meet in the center. We will eventually. If we both meet halfway, we definitely touch, right? If we both meet halfway in this journey, we come to the center of this the counterpoint of our relationship. It's very cool.
If perfection. Maybe if you let your spirit soar.
Nice.
And many deja vus through this last year.
So over there where you say maybe if you let go of perfection and maybe if you let your spirit soar, love that. I love the fact maybe if you just let go and maybe let your spirit soar and maybe just feel alive, you know. I think is a beautiful way. I kind of feel maybe if you let go of your perfections, I tend to believe that perfection is something great in a human being, and I kind of feel that everyone's perfect in their own way, and I think that your perfect version of yourself, essentially, at this period of time. Obviously, you can always get better, but the perfect version of yourself right now, you are where you need to be. So I think your perfections are a major part of you. So I think, you know, keeping that viewpoint that you are perfect is really, really important. What I usually tend to phrase it as is letting go of your rightness. A lot of people tend to do that. A lot of people tend to stick to their rightness because of their ego. And that ego comes from a very sort of painful past. Is usually why we stick a lot to our ego, because there's absolutely nothing with saying that you're wrong. There's absolutely nothing with admitting that you've done something wrong. That's a human trait, and it's actually an admirable thing to actually say, listen, okay, oh, my bad, I was wrong there, I apologize. You know what I mean? People actually tend to connect with you better that way, instead of always being like egotistical and stuck in your ways. And even if you're wrong, you don't apologize. You know, you tend to push people away from you, and it's not really a nice trait. So the thing is, you know, letting go of your rightness. So many things in this world can be solved in relationships and things like that if you actually just let go of your rightness. If you've got two stubborn people that will just not let go of their rightness, you're never going to get anywhere. It's just never going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? But if you let go of your rightness, it doesn't mean that you've lost. It doesn't mean that now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't win this battle. That's all bullshit. That's all just garbage, right? You can let go of your ego and just come to a vulnerability space and be like, you know what, my bad, I apologize, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Think about it, introspect a little bit. So I think that's more what it is. I think perfections, I see what you're saying with regards to perfections, like people trying to be perfect when they're not perfect, but I genuinely believe that perfection is a mode of life that you're currently in. So you're the perfect version of yourself right now, right? And the only way you can be the perfect version of yourself at the right now is through failure, right? Failure is success. A lot of people tend to think that failure is a bad thing. Failure is a great thing, right? Failure is success, because you must never say, oh no, I'm failing. You're failing better. Every time you fail better, right? So failure is far more important than success, right? You got to focus more on the journey than you focus on the destination. And the journey is failing better, right? So there's no shame in that. I like that. Anyways, Karen.
My life now, I just travel everywhere with my mind.
I like that.
The trails coming rough and make me lose sight. I can still travel anywhere with my mind.
I like that. So I like the fact that you're saying, like, you know, the distractions in life that you know, sort of tends to make you lose sight of your objectives, lose sight of who you are as a person or whatever else, but you can still go anywhere with your mind, right? So sort of physical urges and physical things that you can't control, essentially, like, sure, I can't do anything about that, but I can still go anywhere with my mind. Basically saying, what she's basically trying to say is that, you know, keeping a healthy state of mind, keeping a positive state of mind, keeping a glass half full type of you know, stance on life is always gonna hold you in good standing as you move forward, right? Because just believing that things can get better, believing that, you know, that if I believe positively, I'm eventually going to manifest positively, right? So that's a very important thing. So it's also, I also kind of found that you know, a lot of people tend to just make a statement, I'm not worth it, or a lot of people, I can't do this, or a lot of people, I'd never be able to do that. You know, when you sort of like, when you consistently use a statement when you always like use a statement to define what you can and cannot do, you're basically limiting it, right? Instead of actually asking the question opens the mind, the statement closes the mind, right? So you should always be asking. You should always be asking the question. You should always open your mind. You should always let your mind wander. Take your mind there. That's basically what you're saying over there, right? Don't close your mind with a simple statement saying, I could never do that. You could do that. Why don't you ask yourself, could I do that? You know what I mean? Would there be a time in my life that I could do it? If I had to train a little bit harder, maybe I could do that. Always open the mind, because a question opens the mind, a statement closes the mind. Keep asking questions. That's super important. Why am I going so philosophical on this? Anyway, let's just carry on. I like this song.
You say I have witchy eyes, look away now. You're too close, I know you've been there too. I got something about that walk, something in you.
Nice.
And I see
Obviously, she's talking about the Deja Vu, the person that things. Because something about them works something in you. Could be just connecting energies of the same energies, essentially. So that kind of, you know, there are people that are like chargers and depleters, essentially, is the way I like to refer to them. It's like people can either charge you or they can deplete you. Essentially, it depends who you come across in those walks of life. You know, you get the people that are going to when you're around make you feel like you're consistently energized, or there's people that when they're around with you make you feel like they deplete you of all of your energy. They're just so heavy to be around and things like that. So there's chargers and depleters. And what she's doing here in the Deja Vu sense is that you're saying, I kind of feel like somebody with the same sort of connection to me, the same sort of energy to me, has walked by, where I kind of feel that, you know, it kind of uplifted me a little bit. And she equates it to Deja Vu.
in your eyes that remind me of truth. So I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there for you.
Nice.
The day we got closer, the day I got to see what I just knew, but I can't be there when you're not home in you.
I like that. I like that. I can't be there when you're not home in you. So basically saying, if you don't love yourself, I can't be I can't be there. I can't be in a space where I'm worth something, or that I have a humanly value, unless you value yourself, right? Very important thing. 21 Pilots also makes that point in one of their songs, where in order for you to love somebody else, you need to love yourself. In order for you to to tear down the wrongs of somebody else's home, you need to make sure that your home is in order, essentially. So it's basically what she's saying.
And many deja vus through the last years of my life. Now I just travel everywhere with my mind.
Nice.
And all the trials coming rough and make me lose sight, I can still travel anywhere with my mind. And many deja vus through the last years of my life. Now I just travel everywhere with my mind.
Nice.
And all the trials coming rough and make me lose sight, I can still travel anywhere with my mind.
Nice. I like that song. It's very, very, very cool. I actually really like the song. See, again, when it comes down to lyrics, I'm a big sucker for lyrics, essentially. Instrumentation was cool. I like the bass line in the beginning. I think a song like this could use a bit more, if I had to say, like a bit heavier on the instrumentation side. But I get where she was going with this. It was supposed to be one of those sort of melodic, sort of middle, sort of low key type track, essentially. But I like the content, and that's just personally me. I just like things to be elevated, and I like big crescendos, drops and falls and things like that. But not every song has to have that, and that's something that I need to sort of just control within myself, to be like, not every song's like that, so just calm down, Phil. Anyway, this is a great song. I actually really liked it, and once again, I apologize for the delay in getting this out. Love you all, man. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.